We went out on a couple of dates during the Saturdays and weekends, and he met my family and he spent a lot of time with them. We'd just have like dinners together. So like after work, he would just come to my house and we'll have dinner with the whole family. So this is how we got to know each other through like he would come to my church or we'll meet in the American church. That's how we kind of started dating. And after 3 months, we got married. We would actually, because we would eat, let's say, borscht in the evenings, and it's like a type of soup that it has red beets in it, and it makes the soup looking like it has pinkish red color, which kind of can throw off a person if they're not used to that. So he kind of started eating our food and he liked it and he was okay with it, I guess. So we kept feeding him more traditional Bulgarian or Ukrainian meals and he was fine with that. And I guess that kind of made him warmed up to my family and my family was warmed up to him, because in our culture, whenever somebody comes to the house, we try to like give him something to eat, like a meal or at least tea and a sandwich. Something like something that makes you feel closeness, I guess, through food. It used to be just me and her, and I used to stay with the whole family in the same house, and we had a room for everybody, so we cooked pretty large meals. And when and sometimes even it wasn't me who cooks, like my sister or my mom, there was always somebody in the kitchen that will make a meal, and if you don't get home on time, there's always a warm meal waiting for you. So we always had something for dinner that everybody can sit on the table and enjoy each other's company. But once I married, now I realized, okay, now I need to cook every day myself. Nobody else is gonna cook for me. I'm the one responsible, so to have warm meal on the table. I moved in a week before Catherine actually moved in, so it was our first week together, and I went grocery shopping and I filled up his refrigerator because there was nothing but orange juice in there. I was like, orange juice and milk, is that all you're having in your refrigerator? And then he had a few frozen meals in his freezer. I was like, okay, I guess we need to go shopping. So we went shopping together. So I started shopping and putting stuff in the freezer, and then he was like, wow, that's cool, every time I open the freezer there's food in there. A few things that he kind of mentioned to me that I've never heard of when we started. I heard about it, but I really didn't eat any of that stuff. And one of the things was deep fried okra, and I was like, what does even okra means? I didn't really, I saw it in the stores, but I didn't know that was the name of it. And then when he pointed it out to me, he was like, this is okra and you deep fry it, and then you can eat it with pork chops. I'm like, really? Okay, well, I'll try it. I definitely like to have borscht at least once a week or maybe once in 2 weeks, because it's something that I'm so used to eating while growing up and even here. So it kind of makes me feel like I'm home. I try to do traditional food for her because I don't want her to just eat chicken nuggets and French fries. I want her to be healthy. So most of the food that we cooked are mostly healthy and they're made from scratch. So I know what I have in the meal because I know what kind of ingredients I use, versus where if I buy something frozen and just heat it up. So I like the idea of that I know everything that my mom taught me, and I like that we have a lot of cultures mixed in our food. Variety is pretty big, I guess, now. I do like the fact that we cook at home because then we get to spend more time talking to each other, versus if you go to a restaurant, you have to maybe talk to the waiter or waitress, and then you have to look at the menu and see what you like best, and then it takes a while until they bring you the food. So here you actually can engage your husband to like help you wash the dishes or wash the fruit and vegetables that you want to cut up. And then sometimes even I would ask Catherine to put the dishes and the plates and the forks on the table. So it kind of makes a mealtime a family activity, you can call it, because everybody does their own little share and they contribute to the meal, so they all enjoy it more than they would have enjoyed it in a restaurant, because we all worked for it. So let's enjoy it, and now it's even tastes better because we were the ones that making it. Family is really important, I think, for any person to have, because you always have somebody you can come to, or you can have, you can always laugh in their presence, or you can tell a joke and nobody's going to be offended, because family is, that's what it's all about. They will always understand you, they will always support you, and they will always be there for you. So I think sharing a meal with a family means that you really love them and you want everything best for them. And when you cook a meal, you put the best ingredients for them, or you would spend the most time to make sure it's perfect. So you want to show them how you love them, so you cook them a nice meal. I think meals kind of make you say thank you for being my family.